about nothing but the time. Blitz, Bama, blitz.
Give me Alabama to break.
It's when somebody takes what's yours, and this is our game. It's our game. So that makes this shit personal.
Boom! Roll Tide Sunday night Talk'n Bama on your favorite station right here, the Bama Standard Network. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe right there. JB, how we living tonight, brother? How we living, brother?
What's good, people? Welcome to Sunday night Talk'n Bama. Your boy JB, the man of the people, with your host JT on the side, and the man with the plan, Mr. Stephen M. Smith, right there below. What's up, brother?
Man, I'm good. I thought you were gonna call me Dan for a minute. I was gonna call me Dan Johnson. Well, a minute, but love you, hey, Dan. Love you for real though. But guys, I'm good, man. I've been catching up on a lot of these guys, Bama players at rookie minicamp right now in the NFL. I mean, some of these guys looking real good in camp. And then last week we had the coaches at the region tournament in Birmingham. Kalen DeBoer shared a lot of stuff at that region tournament. He shared a lot. He knows exactly what he got to do to get this program where it needs to be at.
I agree, and I think he also shared some thoughts he had on quarterback and stuff too. And I think that people want to get a good look in on this quarterback battle, what's going on. Well, you need to listen to the horse's mouth. He's talking about it in there. We don't go too deep in it, but we're glad you're here with us tonight, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe right here at the beautiful channel, the Bama Standard, where we have a whole bunch of Bama content, college football shows for you. And tonight we got some great topics, and we're going to bring back one we did last week with the wide receivers. And we're going to talk about it. Before we kick off into that, though, JB, what do we need to have, whether we at Coleman Coliseum, whether we going to be at Brian Denning, Nick Saban Field at Brian Denning Stadium, or Saban Field at Brian Denning Stadium? What do we need to have? What we need to have? Boom!
Well, you see
it's
it
right there,
on
folks.
that. I keep it on me. The beautiful Title Towel by WhitWillSports.com to get your own and support your Crimson Tide 24/7, 365. Go to WhitWillSports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get you a nice discount courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Yes, sir. Check them out, guys. And for our main sponsor, guys, make sure that you check them out as well, guys. If you ever dreamed or thought about having beautiful natural stone in or around your home, well, look no further, guys. Check out realrockstone.com right here. They're located in Oneida, Alabama, the beautiful place. And also, fun fact in that, it is one of the most mispronounced places, and I butcher it, and it's still fun to do. We're going to get – next time we get Petty on the show, we're going to bring Petty on, and we're going to put up the picture he had from how everybody mispronounced it. And I think even the own people from there mispronounce it. But whether you mispronounce it or not, they got the best stone you can find, guys. So make sure that you check them out today, guys, at realrockstone.com. Let them know that the Bama Standard sent you, and you get 10% off your first order, guys. Check them out right after the show. We're going to dive right into it, guys. Roll Tide to everybody in the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining us, to the people in the comments. Make sure you leave us some questions. Me and the guys are going to double back on that at the end of the show. But to kick it off tonight, we're going to go right into it, baby. Top 5 Alabama running backs generated by ChatGPT. And man, oh man, this list right here, we're about to run the list at the bottom. I'll give you the list. I'm going to go from 5 to 1. 5, Najee Harris. 4, Bobby Humphrey. 3, Shaun Alexander. 2, Mark Ingram. 1, that man King Derrick Henry, as the list scrolls at the bottom right there. JB, we didn't talk about honorable mentions last week as much till we got on the air and stuff, but we got some tonight. Yeah. I definitely want to hear yours too, because I want to know if everybody's thinking like I'm thinking, man. What's your thoughts on this right here, brother?
All right, so last week I had a little issue with ChatGPT. I don't have much issue with it this week. Not much. I mean, maybe one. I got one different, and I got a little different order. So I'm gonna go ahead and run mine down. Okay. Number 1, Derrick Henry, right? Reason I got Derrick Henry, I mean, Heisman Trophy winner. And I mean, I struggle between him and Shaun Alexander as my 1 and 2 because Shaun Alexander was great for his time, went on to be great in the NFL.
And JB, if he didn't break his leg that year or get injured or something like that year,
he would have won the Heisman.
Yes,
he would have won the Heisman.
Yes,
that's right. That's right. But you know, Derrick Henry, man. I mean, he, like I said, I mentioned, I think last week or week before, he's one of my favorite players of all time at Alabama.
Same.
That run that he had winning the Heisman, like I mentioned before, when Leonard Fournette was the favorite, and Leonard Fournette ran into that Bama defense and got shut down, and Derrick Henry took the Heisman from that point on and just ran away with it, running through each and every team in the SEC. 150 yards, 200, 250, just running through the whole SEC to win that Heisman Trophy. I got Derrick Henry number 1, Shaun Alexander number 2. 2 different eras, so to speak. We ran the ball more back in the Shaun Alexander era. I feel like Derrick Henry would have been great if they traded places and Derrick Henry played when Shaun Alexander played. I don't think it would have been much of a drop-off at all. I think it would have been, you know, that same production or more with Derrick Henry. So I got Henry 1, Shaun Alexander 2, Mark Ingram at 3. The only reason I got Mark Ingram at 3, he has a Heisman, but those other 2 running backs are so great. And Mark Ingram had a great year, but we going overall career at Bama. So I'm going Mark Ingram at the 3rd spot. I wasn't watching. I didn't see a lot of Bobby Humphrey. I was a kid when Bobby Humphrey played in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. I was just born in 84. So I didn't see Bobby Humphrey play. So I can't have Bobby Humphrey there. Give me Trent Richardson at 4. Give me run, Trent, run. That man had a catchphrase for Trent. Trent was so dominant when he came to Bama. The way he ran through the SEC.
Do we all remember the Ole Miss game, 2011, where
he got him in the backfield, and he got him in the backfield, bro, because he's the one that hit Trent in the backfield, and Trent shrugged him off.
Yeah.
And then he caught Trent back up, and Trent did the 1-2 on him, boy.
One of the most memorable plays, you know, during that year. But Trent Richardson, man, I think a lot of people overlook what he did because his NFL career, you know, wasn't what it should have been. But at Bama, Trent Richardson was that dude. And then number 5, I'm going Najee Harris. Look at Najee Harris. Look at his production at Bama. He's the all-time rushing leader. Look at that. Look at the touchdowns. Look at his 2020 season. He was great. God. If he wasn't, if Smitty didn't win the Heisman, damn, you could make a case for Najee Harris. Najee Harris was that dude.
Wasn't he 3rd or 4th in the final voting or something?
Yeah, he may have been top 5.
I think he was 4th. But Jake mentioned that 2020 season, Najee was stupid good. But then 2019 started it. Because remember that 2019 season when there was Bama LSU, that 2019 game, Najee was going crazy in that whole game.
Yeah.
I know y'all see Herb trying to flex in these comments right here on vacation.
Shouts out to Herb on vacation.
Come on,
I'm gonna be on vacation next week. I got something for you. So yeah, those are my top 5, you know, and that's the reason I got Najee there. You know, Najee was great. But honorable mention. You said something about honorable mention, right?
Yep.
Man, do y'all remember Kenneth Darby?
No, yes. Kenneth Darby.
Oh, man. Kenneth Darby, dude. Yeah, he was that dude, man. I mean,
about Derek Lacy?
Lacy.
Yeah, I said it wrong. Lacy. Yeah,
Lacy.
But I remember
I got Darby
when he was
for
there.
mine. Yeah,
but
I was young too.
But how about that boy Glenn Coffee?
Coffee, number 3-8, baby, big step of dog. Remember we dogged Auburn out that year, 2008, and he had that big run through the middle.
For sure.
Okay, bro. Yeah,
that boy was gone, boy. Yeah. I remember that. Hey, under a lot of radars right here, Roy Upchurch. That's another one too. I like some Roy Upchurch back in the day. I like some Roy Upchurch.
I'll give that one.
That was a Josh Jacobs before a Josh Jacobs back because you didn't have a lot of out the backfield back then. But he would catch the ball at the backfield probably the most out of the ones we had. I like the little Roy Upchurch, man.
Yeah. Speaking of Josh Jacobs, he would have been my other one, but I had to give some love to Kenneth Darby. And before I pass it on, I want to say the biggest what if from the running back position, Bo Scarborough.
Bo, God, man.
If
Bo was going down with the injury, bro.
That Clemson game,
I'll throw another
man.
one. I'll throw another one. If not for the injuries, Kenyon Drake
would have been even better than he was because he was already good. He was already great at Bama. Had a great career in different types of – he played running back, but you see him at wide receiver make a big play. Because they lined him up in that Florida game. Go back and watch. They had him at wide. They had him wide out, and he ran a route like a deep post. And Blake
87 yards, bro.
Yeah, Blake threw it up to him. And then look at the national championship in 2015. Arguably one of the big reasons we won that game too, giving us that gap when he hit that outside and outran everybody, and then dove to the pylon right there. That was huge in that game too. So yeah, love some Kenyon Drake.
Yep. All right, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, who you got, Steve?
So my top 5 here. Number 1, I got El Tracto. I got Derrick Henry. I covered him the entire career. The guy, you could not tackle him. You didn't want to tackle him. You hated tackling him. So Derrick Henry, number 1 in my book. Number 2, I grew up on Shaun Alexander. Watched a lot of Sweet Feet Shaun. If Shaun did not get hurt in 96, Shaun would have won the Heisman. So I got to go with Shaun at number 2. So Shaun is 2. Number 3, I go, as much as I love Ingram, 3, I actually went Richardson. Because Trent Richardson, not just for the Doak Walker in 2011, but that whole 2011 season, Trent put it on his back because A.J. McCarron was broken in as a young quarterback. It was his first year starting. So a lot was put there on Trent's shoulders 2011, and he carried that entire group, like from start to finish. Trent was just mowing through people. So Trent would be 3. 4 would be Mark Ingram. Guy was an incredible ambassador for Alabama football, Heisman Trophy winner, the biggest gump of all gumps, Mark Ingram at 4. And then 5, Najee Harris. I mean, golly, just literally jumping over guys, hurdling guys. The game against Notre Dame where he cleared the guy in the semifinal, that was wild. That would be my 5 right there. So I had Henry, Shaun, Trent, Ingram, and then 5 was Najee Harris.
I like that a lot. I see we're all going to be.
I had 2 honorable mentions. My 2 honorable mentions, TJ Yeldon, Eddie Lacy.
I like both of them. Yeah. Love both of them. I think both of them are right there in that argument too. So I think we're all on the point of, I think Trent should have been in that top 5 because I'm in the same boat with you guys. Now it's easy for us to say and to bump Bobby out and put Trent in and still not have Najee. I think the arguments for Bobby and Najee at 5, Trent at 4. And I think your argument for 5 is Najee. And I got Derrick Henry at 1, Mark Ingram at 2. I agree with this list. Shaun Alexander at 3. That's where I'm at with that. And then I go Trent. And then I go your arguments, Najee and Bobby Humphrey. I didn't see Bobby play. I'm not saying that takes away. I have watched the tapes. I've watched all of it. I grew up on that with my pops. Rewatching all the 80s, well, not all the 80s, but the big-time players of the 80s. I remember that.
Yeah.
And definitely 90s. Sherman Williams, I saw somebody in the comments said I actually had that wrote down, too. Oh, yeah, that's an honorable mention for me, definitely, is Sherman Williams.
You got Don Parker with Major Ogilvy.
Yeah, Major was back in that wasn't that the goal line stand year?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, against Penn State, or was it was Penn State. Yeah, Penn State. Yeah, Saran Stacy. Yes, Saran Stacy. That's another one. Something else, real quick, before we get. I don't want to forget it too, but ChatGPT also gave us honorable mentions right here, and their 5 honorable mentions in this order was Trent Richardson at 1. So they're kind of like, hey, Trent's still up there. You got Johnny Musso, and Johnny was nice too. That's another one that we didn't probably talk
Johnny was
about
nice.
as much.
Johnny
was nice too, just not around my time. So in the same sense, I
Cause
can watch all the highlights and look up all the stats, but I still feel there's a presence of being there, and that presence of being there is a big, big thing. Number 3, Tony Nathan, which that's another one. I'm going to pop some on him as well. Number 4, Eddie Lacy. 5, TJ Yeldon. So there's your boys right there, Stephen M. And I like that too. But if you give me my 2, I'm going Sherman Williams probably, and Derrick
Lacy.
Yeah, I like both of them. I was really young with Derrick, but I still remember one of the Iron Bowls they played as a kid. Me and my pops were watching it, man, and him just telling me how good he was. And him bouncing through reminded me a little bit of Barry Sanders. But yeah. And give me, like I said, I would just Bobby and Najee argue for 5. You can have that argument there.
So can we agree that ChatGPT pretty much got it right this time?
Yeah. And if you let Trent out, you could be okay with that.
Yeah, to an extent, this was a bit better than the first one.
Yeah.
I agree. A lot better, in my opinion, right here. And Don, I'm not hating on Bobby, my pop.
Hey, we see y'all in the chat. Don and Will Sports. Hey, shouts out to Will. Shouts out to the OGs in the chat, y'all.
Shout out to the OGs.
Our age is between 40 and 30.
Yes.
So we didn't see nobody playing the 70s and that.
You guys are my pop's age, because all the names y'all are naming are literally names he would be telling me right now if we were having this debate. He'd be like, we can't forget about Dennis Riddle. Can't forget about Ricky Moore. Can't forget about Glenn Coffey. And he'd talk about Kenneth Darby.
I'm just saying. We might as well throw Santonio Beard in there. God rest him. Santonio Beard.
Might as well, man. There's some great play. And then also, he didn't play, and this is in our time frame here, and he didn't play at Bama and make his name at Bama. But at one point in time, you were looking at Alabama's running back room as Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, Eddie Lacy, and Alvin Kamara. What?
Kamara had to transfer.
What? Yeah, he had to transfer, bro.
Tenpenny. Rest in peace, Alton Tenpenny.
And Tenpenny was on that team too. Yeah, rest in peace to Tenpenny too.
Hold on. Tough as nails brings up Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh.
I like Jahmyr Gibbs, and the only reason I didn't put him, and the same reason I didn't put Jameson Williams in my top 5 1 year. I love them, and I'm not going to argue nobody that does have them in their top 5. Wide receiver, I get Jahmyr Gibbs would be a hard push for me to put. Who are we dropping? Najee Harris, Bobby Humphrey. We're going to drop Shaun Alexander. No, I'm sorry, bro. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs top 10, 15 maybe. Especially one season, if we're breaking one season down too, because they had a good year, and he played a good little role.
Look. So
not to hate.
I love Cat. Cat says if John had a better offensive coordinator.
I agree.
That's true.
I agree. That too. And Gibbs O-line, I get that too from. O-line didn't do him too much justice, but neither here nor there. Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram, Shaun Alexander, Bobby Humphrey, Najee Harris. That's your ChatGPT top 5 running backs. The whole panel is here. We added in Trent Richardson in some shape and form. Me and JB had him at 4. Steven put him at 3. I'm cool with either one of those. I'm cool with that's just tough, man. And like I said, I think the arguments for Bobby and Najee at 5. I'd give it to Bobby because you gotta have a little bit of old mix in there too. But that's a good little debate there, guys. That's a good debate right there.
Man, listen, you youngsters need to go back and watch some film, because Bobby was all them dudes right there before all them dudes came, before they're even a thought in their mama's womb. He was that guy. Look at his offspring. Look at his offspring's all pro defensive back for my Ravens flop, Marlon Humphrey. He was that guy. And you talk about the biggest what if. I had to go to the 80s because I'm old. What if Kerry Good never got hurt against Boston College? As soon as Bobby Humphrey leaves, Kerry Good is the next big name. And man, he was doing things in a limited role that some starters didn't dream to do. So, yeah, go back and watch the film, but I can't take Bobby Humphrey out of that list. I know you guys didn't really get an opportunity to really see Bobby be Bobby, but all I gotta say is watch the Penn State film, and you might change your mind.
Yeah,
I remember Bobby Humphrey with the New York Giants.
Yeah, I do too. I yeah, definitely do.
At the Super Bowl, yeah, I remember that.
I remember Shaun Alexander that 05 Seahawks year. I do remember that one, man.
On the cover of Madden, too.
Nice.
He won MVP.
That boy made Hasselbeck look good, boy. That boy at the Seahawks looking right. And yeah, Damian Harris, Christian, let's go into Damian Harris. Solid back there all the years, played good. He was actually really close to being the all-time leading rusher at Bama at one point in time because of the amount of years he played.
Mr. Honey Bun Man himself.
Yeah, that man right there ain't no joke. He's a good running back too. Good way to look at that, guys. I like that. We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to this again. We might touch quarterbacks next week. We might lean to the defense. We might see what they talking about with DBs. We might see what they're talking about with linebackers. I know who the number one linebacker is.
Fromm had a good comment. He said O-line and D-line.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Yeah, definitely. And then I think definitely linebackers.
I got the O-line now. I got the O-line.
I know for a fact who's going to be the number one linebacker. And you could probably argue this in college football, in my opinion, period, at Alabama. And it was a little bit before my time, but
DT
Thomas. Yeah.
Period.
That boy was that man. Didn't he have like 11 sacks in one game for their recorded sacks or something like that?
Yeah.
That man was oh dude. That man was something else, man. Yeah. We'll come back to that though, guys. We're gonna skip on ahead real quick. Next topic, guys. This one right here is a good one. This is something we kind of talked about last week, but we talked about the defensive side. Now we can kind of talk about the offensive side real quick. And we're going to project the starting offense. What I'll do is I'll run through real quick, list out some stuff, then I'm going to pass it over to the panelists. And I'm going to let Stephen M. start us out and JB wrap us up here. Quarterback, Ty Simpson's obviously looking like the guy right now. I feel like it's kind of his to lose. Keelan Russell, Austin Max right there, battling it out as well, is what I'm hearing. But it's more like the Ty, Keelan, Austin in that order. We'll see. And like I said, listen to what DeBoer said. Go back and listen to what he was talking about, what Steven said at the beginning of the show. And you'll hear DeBoer talk about it more and in depth there. Your running backs, Jam Miller, I think he's going to get the bulk of the carries. Richard Young could get in there too and get some. Daniel Hill has been a name that's came about as well. And don't forget about the man, Dre Washington. He didn't come here for no reason, okay? He came here to get some reps too. Wide receiver, we all know Ryan Hollywood Williams will be our wide receiver 1. We know G. Bernard will be 2. But we don't know for sure because, Isaiah Horton has been playing great. And who knows, man, Jeremy Bernard will be throwing touchdowns by the end of the year if we go out the spring game. But the wide receiver room looks good too. I just listed those 3 right now. Obviously, we know Cole Adams. We know we got Mbakwe back there too. We got a couple other guys as well. I just listed off those 3 right now though. On the O-line, Caden Proctor left tackle, Cam Dewberry, which was on the Bama Center a couple weeks back. Go check that out. Left guard. Parker at center, Jaden Roberts, right guard, and Wilcom Formbly, right tackle. That's going to be one of the ones that eyes are going to be at on that right tackle spot. Tight end, Josh Cuevas will probably get most of the work, but you'll get some Danny Lewis, some Brody Dalton, the guy from Troy, something to look at. Jack, Jay Lindsey, and Marshall Pritchett. That's a freshman that's coming in that everybody's turning their eyes to right now too. That's the offensive projection starters. Now, obviously, it's a deep season. Also, it's the SEC, so injuries can happen. Tough division. Stephen M. Smith, how do you like what we're seeing right now? Kind of forming with the team. Obviously, it's May, coming up in June, so it is time to start looking at it. Not time to finalize it. But how are we feeling?
I'm feeling good about this. At quarterback, I think it's Ty Simpson's team. I mean, I know DeBoer mentioned at the region traditional golf tournament that the whole room needs to be better if Alabama wants to get to where it wants to accomplish. And that's him basically saying every quarterback needs to be on their P's and Q's, basically. But Ryan Grubb at the end of spring said for a reason, if the season started right now, Ty is QB1. He said that for a reason. You go back to the region golf tournament, A.J. McCarron was there. A.J. McCarron, former Alabama quarterback, 3-time national champion. What does A.J. do in the offseason? He's a part of QB country. What is Ty Simpson a part of? QB country. They train together. They know each other very, very well. What did A.J. McCarron say? His favorite in the room is Ty Simpson. He looks at the talent, the leadership, the overall ability. He says, man, this guy understands the expectation it takes to be a quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide. So if you got A.J. McCarron's vote, it's pretty strong right there. Ty Simpson, QB1 right now. At running back, Jam Miller. Running back, I'm going to go Richard Young first and then Jam Miller. I think Richard Young is going to provide the boom. He is going to provide that power bruising boom between the tackles. I don't want to hit this all game long. Richard Young's going to provide that. Jam Miller provides, I can hit you in a different way. I can catch you out the backfield. I can run between the tackles. I can bounce it outside, and I can pass block. So I'll have Richard Young, then Jam Miller, and then the third back. The third back, I kind of got Dre Washington. I like what Daniel Hill's done this spring, but Dre Washington had some runs there in that A-Day event that had you go, okay, there's a reason why he's in here. So Dre Washington right now kind of got him wedged into that third spot. At wide receiver, I have Isaiah Horton at the X, the top of the formation. He's a guy that can stack it, get on top of a DB and just go. I have Isaiah Horton at X. Behind Isaiah Horton, I got little Rico Scott as the second X. So little Rico's the second X. So I kind of got Rico there. At the slot, there's Hollywood. Right with Hollywood, Lacy and Brooks in the slot. Right there with Hollywood. And at the Z at the bottom, there's Jeremy Bernard. The other Z, y'all going to like this here. The other Z, I got Jalen Hale. Working at that kind of at that other Z right now. So that would be my list of receivers, tight ends. You pretty much got it down packed there, JT, with the number of tight ends down there by Josh Cuevas. Offensive line, you hit it there, JT. I don't see anything different there. At right tackle, I think Formby takes it over Anguan, the transfer from Ball State. Left guard is going to be a fun position because Cam Dewberry and Ola Sanganin, I think that's a fight, bro. Because Anganin's been here a minute, but Dewberry got some fire, got a lot of fire in him, bro. Like that left guard spot to watch.
He does got some fire in him, and I think that's gonna fuel some of the battle you're talking about right here, especially when we talk about that. And that's what you want too. You want your starters to be pushed. The guy that's starting for you. You want him to be battle tested already and pushed instead of getting in the game trying to figure things out. So hopefully our offensive line can definitely set this up. And,
hold on, JT.
What's up?
I got two questions for you, Steven. Okay. Before we move on to what I got to say. So you mean to tell me Richard Young, you got him at RB1 over Jam Miller?
Ooh.
This is wild though, because this offense is going to be geared more so to running that football. And that's Richard Young's frame, really pounding that ball between the tackles. You go back to spring, it was a lot of taking the ball under center. We're running in between the tackle. We'll do some off-tackle stretch stuff, but we're running in the meat. We're running off the guard and the center. We're running off that meat. Bam! Get inside there. I saw a lot of that throughout the spring. That fits Richard Young to a T, and he's healthy. For the first time, Richard Young 100% full go and ready to say, hey, it's my time. I'm taking this now. So I think Jam provides that Josh Jacobs role. He gonna catch it out the backfield. They're gonna give it to him as a back. He's in pass blocking. Jam can do all of that. When you talk about that bruising guy, second, third quarter, fourth quarter, I don't want to hit this dude. Richard is going to hit you, wear you down.
I get that, but you said it right before you ended. Pass protection. Can he pass block like Jam Miller? That's going to be the key. Because we're looking at the offense. We expect to run the ball more, especially if we have the lead. We're going to run the ball. But if we're in passing situations, I need the best guy who can pass protect on the field and who can catch the ball out of the backfield. And I just think, I feel you on Richard Young. I like Richard Young a lot. But, man, Jam Miller, this is his year. This is the year that
I'm not saying it's not his year. What I'm saying is on more so when you're wanting to run that ball, 9 is going to be out there. Now, if you're trying to mix it up, then you'll slide 9 out, put 26 in there. Or if Ryan Grubb is really creative, as my man Dexter just put them both in there on the field at the same time. I can roll with that too.
I think there's enough. I think think about it like this. Obviously, we'll probably throw it a little bit more too. All the Milroe carries last year, there'll be a couple of those will be throws this year. But where do all those carries go?
Running backs.
Split them between. Ty's going to get a couple little scrambles. There's going to be a couple little pulls he might take. I wouldn't take him over carrying the ball more than 5 times a game. And that's a lot, actually. Some of those are scrambles. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm getting at is this. Jam and Richard, it would be nothing to have where they could both average 10 to 12 carries a game.
15?
Maybe I'm going light, and I'm going light.
That's
now we
light,
get the game in hand, and they get an extra 3 or 4 here, and then we're going to be talking about the Daniel Hills, the Washingtons getting 6 or 7 in there too in some certain time periods. So you got to look at where does the plays go now? With Milroe not being here, obviously different style. So I think it's enough room for the Jam Miller, Richard Young show featuring Daniel Hill and Draylon Washington. I think it could look like that, honestly, in this backfield. But also, like I said earlier, we don't wish this on nobody. Obviously, injuries happen. We're playing, obviously, in a running back position where you're getting hit. Almost every play is contact. In your position, either blocking or you hitting the hole and running. So it's a tough position. You want to be deep in this position too. I think we are pretty deep this year and we're good. Obviously I think wide receiver and DB is the deepest though. But I'm with you though, JB and Stephen M, that I think both of them can get reps. And honestly, it ain't gonna matter who starts the game. I think it's gonna be when that hot hand kicks in, who gonna be getting the bulk carries when the team's hot,
Yeah. I like a comment I saw Roll Tide and Rise Up. It starts in the trenches. So if the O-line has to be dominant. We can't have an O-line where they struggle in pass pro. We can't have an O-line where they struggle to make holes for the running back because that's going to be an issue. If we're running the ball first down and you only gain 1 yard, second down you gain 2 yards, well, guess what? You're in 3rd and 7. You're in a passing situation and they're going to send the dogs. So we can't get behind the chains. We have to stay in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. And if we continue to do that, then we can run the ball on the damn 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 and get it. We can keep them guessing. What are we gonna do? We come out throwing the ball first down, get it to manageable, run the ball, do some tempo. It's gonna be different to see Ryan Grubb call this offense, open the playbook out, just spread it on out there. Hopefully, we won't just have a Waffle House menu for a playbook. Hopefully, he'll have certain plays for certain situations. But we can open this thing all the way up, like a thesaurus. Open it all the way up.
Hey, JB, I'm talking about opening it all the way up. Well, we got Jeremy Bernard throwing 50-yard touchdowns. Isaiah Horton out there.
That's going to happen this year. Watch what I tell you now. It's going to happen at one point.
Yes, I want to open. I'm with you, JB. Definitely.
So JT, I like the mixtape you got going there with Richard Young and Jam Miller featuring everybody else, we got a nice little mixtape album going there.
So, I mean, when you look at the wide receivers, you'd have Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, and everybody else is probably going to be in more of a feature role. And now that could change depending on what could happen. Like, obviously, you don't want injuries to happen. Also, I mean, sometimes people don't perform. Things happen. So there's a lot of things. You just got to be ready to play. That's why you don't need to be sitting over there on the bench thinking about what you're going to be doing after the game. Obviously, So, and our boys our guys are ready. Our coaches are a lot better too. Yeah. I don't think you'll see some of the stuff you saw last year. But JB,
okay,
what you think about this starting projecting offense? Obviously, it's early. We early in, but I like it. It's looking like you ain't gonna see a whole lot of change. But how you feel about it, bro?
Well, Ty Simpson, for all intended purposes, probably would be QB1 unless something drastically changes. I don't see that. So I'm looking at Ty Simpson to come out here, start the season and let's see how it goes. Hopefully he leads us to the playoffs and championship. So let's go Ty Simpson QB1. I'm still taking Jaron Miller at running back 1 for experience and the multiple things he can do. I feel you on Richard Young coming in, being a change of pace power back. And then Dre Washington too, because he came here from Louisiana to be another change of pace, different style back. And I like Daniel Hill as well. AK Deer, freshman, do he get carries? Maybe we see a lot of, maybe we see 5 running backs run the ball once we get, big leagues, 28, 35-point leads in the fourth quarter. We can put the other running backs out there because that's what we normally do anyway. So I'm not worried about that. Hopefully we can stay healthy at that position. Wide receivers, you said it, the big 3. Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton. Those are the big 3, coming out of spring ball. Everybody's talking about how great Isaiah Horton looks. Everybody's talking about it. So I'm looking for him to come in and be that wide receiver 3. Because, you can look at Bernard as 1, or you can look at Ryan Williams as 1. It could be 1A, 1B.
A lot of people are pointing Isaiah Horton, kind of like comparing him to the Jameson Williams move, coming in saying like this could be a 1-year guy and he could be out. He could be so good. So,
but I think he's looking at that too. I think he's looking at, man, let me go to Bama. Let me do what I can do, enhance my ability to go to the NFL as well. Because, he just played with Cam Ward, who was the number 1 overall pick. Had a very productive season. I think over like 700 yards or something like that in Miami. And Cam Ward, he spread the ball around. Cam Ward did not throw the ball to one person. He threw it about 7 or 8 different people.
Right. And so now it's on Isaiah Horton's mind, and people forget this. Isaiah Horton and Ty Simpson were both youth football teammates. This was the reason Isaiah Horton came to Alabama. He wanted to play with Ty Simpson. He wanted to get back with his youth football teammate. And Ty Simpson, don't look now, fans, but if you're starting to see a couple of these 2026 mock draft boards, some of these people are saying that Simpson's got a chance to shoot up some draft boards with the marquee season. Here's another reason why Isaiah Horton wanted to join his old friend to help him get his stock in terms of the draft coming up there.
Yeah. And we know it's kind of like a lazy take to compare Ty Simpson to Mac Jones, but it's kind of accurate because Ty Simpson is very accurate. He waited his turn, right? Just like Mac Jones did. Mac Jones was not projected on nobody's draft board, but he went out there, won a national championship, and went first round. So it could happen. It could absolutely happen. So I just think we and Ty Simpson, the OC Grub, just utilize this talent that we have. This wide receiver room is elite. I mentioned 3 guys, not to mention Lacy Brooks coming in, who's been turning heads all spring since he got the camp.
Yes, he has.
Jaden Hale, who's coming back from injury, who's immensely talented.
Cannot wait.
Cole Adams is great. Man,
from injury too.
Derrick Meadows.
Derrick freshman.
Man, look, 6'5", dude.
Big body.
Catching everything in the spring. A-Day event.
Big body.
He's one who he may not get a lot of PT, but injuries happen. And it also makes me wonder, where does Mbakwe fit? I know we've talked about this. Where the hell is Mbakwe going to fit on the offense?
There, JB, is something that we don't see yet. I'm telling you, it's something we don't see yet, bro, because there's got to be something. Because they've invested too much into him for not to utilize them or use them.
There's got to be a package that Jamarcus Shepherd has talked about. There's got to be a package. If they thrown to him, we'll let you get some reps at quarterback on a package. If they told him, we'll let you get some receiver jet sweep pop pass stuff on a package. Something's been shared with Bob to let him know, hey, we know you got the New Wave podcast with your boy Hollywood. That we already got you with that. But to keep you satisfied, we also got you a little something over here in terms of the play on the field. So something's been shared. We don't know what it is. But Chef said something to this man.
My question is, okay, you want to play both ways. I understand that. Travis Hunter is a once-in-a-lifetime generational talent. He played both ways every down, pretty much. Mbakwe's not going to play every down both ways. Yeah. And if he starts on offense, maybe they have some form on defense, but he better change his damn number because he's wearing the same number as Keon Sabb. And we better not have no penalty. So I suggest he gets two jerseys. If you're going on defense, just go ahead and switch the jersey, bro. I don't know if that's legal, illegal, but just have two jerseys for Mbakwe, please.
Yeah, because, man, we can't have that again. Oh, my gosh, no. Can't have that again.
I ain't got no problem with him playing offense if that's what he wants to do. But, you coming in here, you got some reps at DB last year. Got some reps. You got some reps at punt return. Just kind of, get in where you fit in sometime, though. Got to get in where you fit in.
I agree 100%. Get in where you fit in, and I think that's a big way when you look at this offense right here. This year, they're going to get in where they fit in. I think it's going to be a top 10 offense in the whole entire country at the end of the year.
I think it has to be. And guys, I know we talked about the defense last year and how the defense should be pretty much a top defense in the SEC. But this offense, easily scored 35 points a game. Easily.
Yes. And JB, we did that last year almost. I think we should be in the 45.
In the 40s,
range, 42, 45 range.
I'll say this. With the quarterbacks Grubb had at Sioux Falls with DeBoer and how they popped those guys out. And then Grubb is at Fresno State with Jake Hayner. Made him a near 4,000-yard pass at Fresno. Then to go to Washington and take Penix, and he's a two-time 4,000-yard quarterback and a top 10 pick. You bring that type of coordinator to Ty Simpson, Ty should go absolutely nuts. This offense should go absolutely nuts. Like JP, this offense should score 42 points a game.
Yeah. My only concern is the SEC level of talent on the SEC. That's my only concern. Yeah. Can he do this in the SEC?
That's the only question. That's the only question for this coaching staff.
Yeah.
We saw you do it in the Pac-2. We saw you do it in the Group of 5. We saw you do it elsewhere. You're in grown man league. Can you do it here? Yep. If you can do it here, it shuts a lot of people up. If you can do it here.
Exactly.
100%. One more thing, JP. Hit the O-line and tight ends for us. And then I didn't mention the kicker, even though we know who the kicker is going to be this year. We talked about it. I forgot to mention Talty. I did forget to mention him. But do you got anything you would change on the O-line right there with who I said and tight ends? Now, obviously, Cuevas will get the nod, but Danny Lewis will be out there. They talked about Dalton from Troy. I'm hearing they're liking him a lot too. But, I mean, obviously you got to get some things rolling and stuff. He hadn't been there that long. But, and then the freshman, Marshall, that's another guy they're saying the size is really good too. So, who do you like? Anybody out of there, man, or anybody you don't like or what? Well, not
tight
don't like,
end
but you know what I mean.
tight end group has always been. I mean, we haven't. It's been a struggle this spring because of injuries and guys not being there. You know, I hope Josh Quavers gets healthy because Josh Quavers will be the unanimous number one tight end if he's healthy. He knows the playbook. He was productive last season. He's coming in. I don't know about Danny Lewis. Danny Lewis hasn't played a lot. He's been at Bama, but he hasn't seen the field a lot. Marshall Pritchard is a highly talented freshman coming in, but does he know this system? That's my concern about the tight end position. And the kid we got from Troy is going to be, and I think we got 2 tight ends, blocking tight ends. They're going to be blocking tight ends, period.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
The kid from West Virginia, the Samarco kid, he'll be the blocking tight end.
Yeah,
for sure. The Dalton kid from Troy, he'll be more the receiving tight end.
Yes.
The question is, you want Quavers healthy because Quavers right now is the only one you know. I'm going to get something from him.
Yep.
Everybody else, you're not quite sure. You like Danny Lewis, you're not quite sure. Jay Lindsey is talented, but you're still not quite sure. You got Pritchard and the Caleb Edwards kid that comes in this summer. They're talented, but you're not quite sure. The only guy that you know I'm going to get peanut butter and jelly from this cat is Quavers. That's the only one. So you got to kind of see at that position what you are going to get after Josh Quavers.
Yep. He just hit the nail on the head, Steven. That's what. That's why
the freshman and the freshman at the bottom, Marshall Pritchard. That's gonna be somebody you don't want to forget about either. He could possibly sneak in on some stuff, but we'll kind of see how that unfolds.
And the O line, man, the O line. I mean, you know, from the projected lineup, I like it. I hope Wilkin Formby has gotten better. I mean, from everything we've heard, Wilkin Formby's been great and getting better. But the key is going to be, can Cam DeBoer solve his position? You know, he's coming in here, and we know Proctor is probably a top player on the O-line. He's going to be a top pick if he comes out in the draft. Can he stay healthy? And everybody wants him to lose weight. Can he carry that weight? Can he move his feet? Can he move laterally with that weight and hold his own?
Can he just keep good footwork?
Yes.
If Proctor keeps good footwork, he'll be fine. If he keeps good footwork, Formby and Formby pops at right tackle, everything else solves itself.
Yeah, we good.
I agree, Stephen.
Jay Roberts, please stay healthy. Praying for Jay Roberts.
And Jay Roberts, stay healthy. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely stay healthy. That'll be a big one for us. He battled injuries a lot last season and played.
Trouble Chief.
I want to throw something in here. Listen, everybody who keeps calling Caden Proctor fat, stop it. He's not fat. JB, you and I were on the field after our A-Day practice, and we went over there and we got some autographs. Was Caden Proctor fat?
Caden Proctor, he looked like a trim Big Show.
Yeah. He's what, 6'6", 6'7"?
About 6'7". Yeah.
Trim.
Okay. And when you're 6'6", 6'7", and you weigh 360, you a big man, and you're not. It doesn't mean you're fat.
Yeah.
From what I saw, that dude did not have an ounce of blubber on him, and as you put it, he is the Alabama version of the Big Show.
Yeah.
So everyone who keeps saying that he's fat, stop it. Unless you're on the sidelines looking at this man physically, you have no idea. The only thing
unless Justin
on is his footwork. That was it. But he's right now a top 5 projected NFL draft pick for a reason. He is arguably the best at his position in the country coming back next year. So everyone get over it. If he drops down to 330, 340, no, it doesn't work. And plus, for someone his size, it's not healthy either. So let the man do his thing. He's going to be fine.
So look, Justin, whoever said that he's fat, next time you see Caden Proctor, I want you to tell him that to his face, not through keyboard. I want you to go tell him that to his face. See if you tremble while you trying to tell him that.
These guys are talking to us every week. Cam DeBoer was on a few weeks back, And the constant that we've heard is what David Ballou has been doing in terms of their strength and conditioning. We were across offensive line row. JB and I were at A-Day. Those guys are not fat. they're big, swole dudes.
And Justin, going back to what you mentioned about Dave Ballou, and I got this from somebody that's in the training facility. David Ballou, when he first got to Alabama in 2020, because he had Matt Ray with him from Indiana, the sole focus of them both being there was sports science, right? You know, stopping the injuries, getting people faster, what have you. Ever since Dr. Matt Ray left to go to the NFL and Ballou's still in Alabama, Ballou has triggered back to let's get back to being country strong, powering people. And Ballou has really gotten back to, the sports science stuff is cool. Yes, we're going to prevent injuries, but let's get back to I'm bigger than you and I'm going to crush you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hand the ball off to the damn running back. What they say? What she say on the blind side? Run the dang ball. Like run the dang ball. Bert.
Are you saying you gonna get on the cell phone and call?
If I got to,
hold on. I knew Sandra Bullock was JT in disguise. I knew it.
I'm gonna be like this right here. Run the ball, Bert. But I'm gonna have it do in my other hand while I do it. So, but
yeah, man, he ain't fat. He just big boned, man. And when I say the Big Show, I'm talking about the Big Show from WCW when he was the Giant. I'm talking about the fat Big Show when he was in WWE. I'm talking about Big Show the Giant.
To their Big Shows.
Fell off the truck and came back and beat Ho-Ho. That's what I'm talking about.
2015, I met Big Show backstage. Fun fact, I was standing there getting ready to go on stage at this the skating event, and he was a guest speaker. I didn't know this. I felt this presence behind me backstage. I'm like, what's behind me? And I turn around, and I'm talking about I am face level with his stuff. I'm like, oh, you're the Big Show. And you can't talk backstage. And he's like, shh. He's like laughing and going like, trying to calm me down. I got to shake this man's hand, bro. Tell me why I just shake his finger. Because it's so big, I can't even shake his hand, bro. That man is huge, all right? That man is huge, bro. But yeah, met the Big Show. That was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. That man was pretty cool. He's funny too. Before we get into it though, we're gonna hit the next topic, guys. Actually, before we get into it, JB, what do we need to have at Saban Field whenever we walking around, getting ready to go in the game, right for the game? They need to have it throwing it up, butt their heads.
Well, y'all need to throw this thing up like Pastor Troy said with Lil John.
Hey.
Get your title towel for the 2025 football season. Go to whitwheelsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARDS. Get you a nice discount courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Check them out today, guys. Whitwheel Sports right there, guys. And this next topic, guys, what I want is, JB, you're going to tell me, is this the next Bama great? I want you to answer it. And then Stephen M. Smith, I want you to answer this one. Will this take him to the next level? Okay. The topic is Ty Simpson invited to the Manning Camp Academy. Obviously, there's not a whole lot we can talk about with other than him being invited. But JB, do you think this could help him be the next? Well, I wouldn't say necessarily the Manning thing, but is Ty the next Bama great? That's basically what I'm going to ask you.
Well, I would say he has potential to have a great season and potential to go on to do great things at the next level. All right, so I'm going to run off some names: Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes. All right. Those are guys who are in the NFL playing who all went to the Manning camp. And I'm going to name another list: Riley Leonard, Quinn Ewers, Cade Kublik, Carson Beck, Garrett Nussmeier, Jackson Dart. Those are names who recently have went to the Manning camp, who are either going to the NFL or are in college right now. So those are a high list of names that have been success stories from the Manning camp. Now, I don't know how you get invited. I guess maybe somebody has to. You maybe got to know somebody or something like that. But for him to go there and hone his skills is needed. Even Coach DeBoer said it. Y'all mentioned at the Regions golf thing, we need our quarterbacks to be better. I mean, what we saw in the spring, it's cool, but we need them guys to be better. So for him taking the initiative, going to that Manning camp, working out in this summer, whatever he's doing. I also saw some guys. I saw Austin Mack and Keelan Russell. Saw a picture of them working out with the Las Vegas Raiders with Geno Smith in them, with the wide receivers.
Red Morgan working out with Justin Woodall.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, this is the time where these guys need to be going somewhere and working on their skills. Now, I hope this makes Ty Simpson take that leap that's needed to carry us to the playoffs and to the national championship, but it's also good for him. You know, it's good for us, but it's good for him. So I'm glad he's going, and, you know, we're going to take a closer look at him coming into the fall camp.
Okay, sounds good there. Stephen Smith, would this take Ty Simpson to the next level? Him being at, you know, camps like this, is this a big step for him? How are you looking at this?
I say this is one of those conversations that it doesn't mean everything, but it means something.
Okay.
And when you look at this, you look at Bama quarterbacks that have went to the Manning camp, right? A.J. McCarron went. McCarron became a 2-time national championship starting quarterback. He benefited from going down there to Louisiana and working out and gleaning wisdom from football royalty. You talk Archie Manning, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. So McCarron benefited. You look at Blake Sims. I think he went to the Manning Passing Academy prior to the 2014 season. How'd that help Blake Sims? He comes back, a 3,000-plus yard quarterback, helped Alabama to the SEC championship, got into the college football playoff, the first inaugural one. And that was a time where people didn't think that Blake Sims could do it. He went down to the Manning camp, had an incredible season. That meant something. You go and you look at Bryce Young. Bryce Young went to the Manning camp. What happened? Bryce Young becomes the first Bama Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. So it means something. It doesn't mean everything, but it's detail in there. Jalen Hurts went to the Manning camp. Jalen Milroe went. In 2023, Milroe helps Alabama to win the SEC title, beating Georgia. So it means something. Can Todd go down to Louisiana and take wisdom from Archie Manning, one of the greatest to ever play? Peyton Manning, one of the greatest to ever play. Eli Manning, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Can you take something from those guys, use it to your own skill set, and build off of that? That's the main thing. It does mean something because we have seen Bama quarterbacks go to the Manning camp, and they've had success in the season going into that season after going to the Manning camp.
Yep. So to wrap that up, then Ty Simpson at the Manning camp is a good thing, guys. That's something that is something will help him probably develop and definitely be ready for this year. I like that a lot. I'm super excited about it. And while we're getting into it, we're gonna rapid fire this. Oh, what's up, Keller? Let's rapid fire this, Justin. Let's pull the questions up. Let's ping pong them out. I saw we had a couple of them, so I want to get to them. I saw a couple of them too. I liked a lot. I'll start us out. Was Josh Jacobs underutilized? We kind of said that earlier. Tough as nails. Kind of feel like he was and wasn't because of who we had on our team then. So it ain't like we were giving dead weight carries to other people or something like.
Yeah,
we had a lot of people mouse feed in that 2018, 19, around that time frame. Then it was a lot of mouse feed. A lot of mouse feed. The 17, 16, like a lot of mouse feed. But I still think his play speaks volume because of him not being the starting guy, probably the third guy, and still going in the first round, like was big. So that's something to look at too, right there with Josh Jacobs. So
Also look at that. He was a 3-star. He committed to Bama like at the tail end of that commitment cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you get a chance, go watch his interview with the Pivot. Great interview, and he said a lot in that interview. But Josh Jacobs is a real life success story of a guy who wasn't highly touted coming, out of high school.
Yeah, and it's a really great story too. So I encourage everybody to check that out. Stephen M., hit this next one for us, brother.
This is Justin Summerlin. Who do you think will win the quarterback job at Bama this year? I think it will eventually be Russell.
Ooh.
Right now, QB1 is Ty Simpson this year, but I think eventually Keelan Russell's the guy.
Yep.
I mean, he's down there in Texas right now working with his quarterback coach. I think Key Russell's the guy for the future, the highest rated quarterback since Bryce Young, but Alabama's brought in here. I like Austin Mack, but I think Ty Simpson this year, but Key Russ, definitely the future.
Yeah,
I think Russell plays this year, though. I think he plays.
He does play this year.
Yeah, you're going to see him. Oh, yeah. You definitely see him some this year. JB, hit this next one for us, brother.
Oh, yeah. Herb and Raj, if anybody on the panel played football, what position would you play? Waterboy.
I did play, and it was wide receiver, and I like safety, but I don't like hitting, so I'll stay at wide receiver.
All right, I would do all special teams coverage. It'd be gunner on kickoff and punt coverage. If I had to play an actual position on defense, I play outside linebacker.
I'm with Steve. I'll be an outside linebacker.
Nah,
put me on the special team. Put me on the special
I want to be like Ryan Williams. I want to smile at the camera and point at the cheerleaders.
Look, I actually played special teams. I was Operation Blow Something Up, and I blew something up every time.
I was punt returner, man, and I did not like it, bro.
I like
There's too many people running at you, man. Too many people running at you.
I love that, man. Blow something up.
I played. You interrupt me one more time. One more again. Stephen Smith. I played wide receiver in high school, believe it or not. But if I was to look at my present body, no question, fullback, brother. I'm bringing it back. I'm making I'm making fullback sexy again.
Fullbacks.
Right.
I can see that. I can see fullback.
Hold on. The new Dustin McClintock. Let's go.
No, man. Y'all remember Baron Huber? That's
yeah.
Right there. About that right there.
I play a lot like
running back like Trent Richardson.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're going
I think you're selling yourself too short. Michael Nicewinder for you.
No, man. Nicewinder wasn't physical like that, man.
Yes, strong safety. How you like
big physical guys?
Yeah, I definitely
like
see that. I was not that. I was pointing at the cheerleading and score touchdowns. I ain't like all that hitting. I was a basketball player mainly, but I love football, and I was an athlete, so I did play. I like wide receiver a lot though, but I ain't gonna lie, man. The first time I got hit at football practice, Coach leaned over. He's like, "This ain't basketball practice no more, JT." I was like, "Hey, man, y'all gonna leave me alone." But football, basketball, two different sports, definitely. Football, man. I like how Herb gonna come on here and say that I'm not here. Wait till we get you on, Herb, next week. Pull the next one up for us, Justin. Here you go. That man Don said, "How dare y'all not give Ozzie him his props? He was one of the best players out there in history. You don't know. You better call somebody." So, he wasn't a running back, Don. We were talking about running backs tonight. We do love Ozzie, and Ozzie played. We did talk about him last week with wide receivers. And I've seen people say Ozzie was one of the best players ever at Alabama, not just wide receivers. So I've heard that before too. Don. Hey, we love Ozzie. No hate here at the Bama Standard at Talk'n Bama. We love Ozzie, baby.
And he also was a great GM with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, he was too. Man, those balls.
And the Ravens are messing up ever since he left because they don't take no Bama players no more.
Man, yeah, they slipping up. Stephen M, grab this next one for us. Justin, pull this one for us, brother.
Ephraim, my man, Ephraim, can this offense score at will? I think it can. I mean, JB and I talked about. I think it can. With Grubb in here, Grubb is super aggressive, but also super balanced. Grubb is going to take a lot of shots, y'all. Grubb is going to take a lot of shots with this offense. I think he's going to take shots, dude. I think he's going to take a lot of shots. I think against Florida State, he's going to take some shots, bro. Now there will be some moments. There will be some moments where he'll fill him out with the run game, have a little balance in there. But at the heart of Ryan Grubb, he takes shots, bro. He aggressive with it.
I think so too, and I think also him having that down year at Seahawks is going to make him that extra sour taste in his mouth too.
Oh, he's hungry, bro. He's super hungry.
And definitely hungry. JB, hit the next one for us, brother.
Another one for Ephraim. Should SEC go to 9 games? I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. You know, my reasoning. You added teams, right? So we got a 16-team conference. Why not? I mean, and then it's already where you have it's a struggle to get in the playoff. If they move the playoffs to more games, of course you probably gonna want to add another SEC game. But
because you'll play enough on the road when you get in the playoffs.
But guess what? If they do that, you're gonna have to take a game away from the schedule. You can't have these guys playing 12 regular season games and damn 4-5 playoff games. Come on, man. You can't do that.
Or if the NFL and college football work together because they feel like part of the reason that the injuries happen is because players go from playing 13 games, 14 games, 15 games at the most in college to playing 18 to 20 to trying to make a Super Bowl run plus the preseason. So I don't know. So I don't know if the college football is trying to think of it like that. And I'm not saying I'm not on either side on that. I'm not saying that. But I heard this argument on another show the other day, and I haven't heard it this way. And I was like, oh, and as much as we don't like it, college football is turning into the mini NFL right now. Yeah. But worse because we don't have the rules the NFL has. The NFL has rules, so you don't have the Eagles getting the number 1 pick every year. They got rules like that. Unless somebody traded, obviously, but, it would have to be something, you're giving something
all about
man.
this.
So,
it's all about this money.
You are right, man.
What it's about.
Hit this next one for us, Justin. Pull it up. Kyle right here. And please, for the love of everything, holy, bring back the so simple screen pass. No need to be so fancy. You beat yourself. You're talking about the little slip screens. What was kind of what it was called back in the day. The little just boom and just kind of step off and drop off to the side right there.
Bring back the screen pass, the pop pass, little shovel pass. And here we go. Bring back the jet sweep a little bit. Just bring a little bit of jet sweep back. I mean, it wouldn't kill you.
I agree on that.
Bring back the jet sweep a little bit. Just something to keep.
We got Ryan Williams, which is fast as can be on the field too, man. Yeah. He can get east and west quick, and you get around that last guy, and there's going to be a lot of field to cut up.
I remember one year, Bama didn't run a slant for almost a whole season, and then it came to like one game, and they called a slant, and Bama caught the ball, and everybody in the stadium was like, did we just throw a slant pass? We hadn't seen that almost the whole season. Have a screenplay. Have that come on back. Just bring that back.
Just don't do the screenplays like Lane Kiffin did against Ohio State.
Please don't do that.
Don't do that when you got the lead.
Yeah, don't do that.
Pull the next one up real quick, Justin. Stephen M, hit this for us, brother.
What is it? Just roll tide and rise up. What's up, buddy? What do you think Alabama's record will be? And if you see losses, which team or teams you see beating Alabama? We actually had this conversation, guys. A lot of us went, 11-1, 10-2. Because, of course, we had Pilot Herbo on the last time that we did this. I had 11-1. I think I just look at the only loss if there is one. I don't want it to be Auburn. I really don't.
Yeah.
But if there was one, that would be the only loss right there because it would be Kalen DeBoer's first time going to Jordan-Hare. And you don't know how he's going to handle that atmosphere his first time going to Jordan-Hare. So, but maybe he handles it well. Maybe he does. But that's just me. That would be my one concern there.
We're not losing to Auburn, Steven. I would rather lose to Georgia than to lose to Auburn. And, you know, much as I don't like Georgia, but I feel like we've been putting belt to ass for so many years, so long. Same with Auburn because we beat them 5 years straight. So either or. But I'd rather lose to Georgia than lose to Auburn.
I can see that. I mean,
we may lose to South Carolina. All I know this. We going undefeated at home.
Amen. Period.
I know that much.
Let's get this next one, Justin. This next one. This is Ephraim. Okay, Ephraim mentioned us.
That's the question right there, sir.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Christian Love. My bad. So
we need to get a new prescription going on.
Look now. Liz Kratz got to come up with the NIL. That's on them. Christian Love. Last year, our losses came from road games. How do you think the coaches will address it this year with the tough road schedule? Well, Chris, that's a good question because that's something that DeBoer talked about at the region golf event, that Alabama needs to be better in the critical moments. And on the road, they were not last year. You can put the blame defensively in the loss to Vanderbilt, not being able to stop Diego Pavia and the Commodores. But Tennessee, Oklahoma, Michigan, that's on your offense. Defense played well enough to beat Tennessee. Offense struggled. Defense played good against Oklahoma. Your offense can only put up 3 points. Your defense was making plays against Michigan. Your offense was turning the ball right back over to Michigan. So DeBoer talked about we've got to be better in critical moments. We can't kick ourselves or shoot ourselves in the foot and having ourselves play from behind. So DeBoer understands what needs to be corrected, what needs to be cleaned up, and they've been doing that this offseason. So I think Bama's going to be much better.
And you know an easy way to win ball games? Win the turnover battle.
Bingo.
Win the turnover battle. I mean,
Bingo.
There you go. You always stay ahead of the game. But you got to capitalize on those turnovers as well.
You got to capitalize on that. You got to.
What else
All right, narrow up the next one, Justin. All right, Ephraim. Does the college football playoff need to be 16 teams? No!
Hell no.
No. They had it right at 4. But capitalism says 12, and now capitalism is saying 14. No. Keep it at 12. Right where it is right now. Let's keep it where it is. We are not going to be like NCAA basketball having 6 to 4 teams in the tournament. We are not going to have this. Keep it at 12.
I don't like, man, to be honest, we just saw the playoffs, blowouts in the playoffs in the first game. We saw some blowouts, right? So
a bunch of them.
Yes. So I mean, 4. I thought 8 would have been nice, you know, but 4.
I was okay with 6.
6.
I was okay with 6.
Yeah, but man, 16 is entirely too much. Entirely too much. I don't know. I think it's gonna stay at 12 this upcoming season, but after that, we don't know what the hell is gonna happen. But 16 is entirely too much.
Man, yeah. Let's get the last one here, Justin. We got Christian Love again. Are y'all buying or selling the LSU hype? I see they are projected second in the SEC behind Texas.
Hell no.
Nussmeier's good, but I don't trust Brian Kelly. I never have. I never have trusted Brian Kelly. And I will not. You can't trust Brian Kelly. I mean, Brian Kelly is the older version of Lane Kiffin. Brian Kelly will get in his own way, and he will mess his own self up every single time. So, no, I'm not buying the LSU hype because I don't buy Brian Kelly. I never.
You know what? You know what happened? They got the big head when he beat Nick Saban when he dropped his nuts on us and went for 2-point conversion and won the game that night in Death Valley, he got the big head. And ever since then, and I know Jalen Milroe's not coming through that, but we've been running through them like a 10 horn through shit. What Nick Saban used to say?
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like they are overrated, overhyped, or whatever. Nussmeier's good. He's good. But they won't beat Bama this year.
Nah, I don't see it. Appreciate y'all getting your questions in, people. Appreciate
a good question tonight.
Oh yeah, we had some good Q&As tonight, though. We had some good Q&As from our audience. But we got a big announcement, though, JB. We got a big one.
I got one too. Go ahead. You first.
Okay. All right. So this Tuesday on the Bama Standard, you know why you love this channel? Because we bring the legends, the players that you watch and that you crave on this network, and they can relive their times of Alabama football, talking to you, the fans, and we, the ones who engage the conversation. We got a real monster coming on Tuesday from Australia. The brother who was a part of 2 national championships. One of the biggest beasts to ever play on the defensive line. Jesse, the monster Williams, will be in Tuesday night. Tuesday. Jesse Williams. I'm telling y'all don't want to miss this. We didn't have Tim Keenan. We didn't have Rock Montgomery. We didn't have Cam Dewberry. We didn't have crazy Apex Tony Brown. And now we got Jesse Williams. This is why the Bama Standard. You unplug your TV from this? What is wrong with you? We got Jesse Williams Tuesday.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I know everybody knows who Jesse Williams is. If you don't know, you're too young. All right, Jesse Williams was that dude. He was that dude.
Look. Right after Mount Cody, it was him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So around about that time right there, that's when, if you was really watching some Alabama football and watching that championship team closely, you know who Big Jesse Williams is. Tuesday night, Bama Standard. Y'all better tap in.
Yeah. Tap into the monster. And he's also doing some great work in Australia with his foundation and getting guys playing football, and just does a lot of great stuff, man. I mean, he does a lot of great stuff with the kids up there. So I'm excited to be able to have him on and pick his brain and talk to him, because JB, he gonna be very opinionated about this defense. Jesse gonna say some stuff about this defense, man. But we wrapping some things up. We gonna pop what we got here on the social media platform as we take it over for the skater boy, JT, Mountain Dew up. But JB, man, we know you the man of the people. You wearing a whole bunch of hats. You probably are owner for an NFL team somewhere. Tell the people what you got going on.
Well, right here you see Sports Talking with JB. Need you guys to go subscribe to the channel. I got a breaking news. I got a special guest. Special podcast show this Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. The one and only legendary George Teague will be on Sports Talking with JB this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're talking Dallas Cowboys and we're talking Alabama football. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Sports Talking with JB on YouTube, and lock in with your boy.
JB, ask T on the show, what is his son JT's favorite hot wing flavor?
Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm gonna remember to ask him that. Let me put that in my note.
Ask JT, what is the hot wing flavor of the day? Ask JT that question.
Hot wing flavor for JT.
Ask him that and just see what reaction you get. I love JT. I love JT. I mean, T and I love them two guys, man. That is awesome. People, y'all can follow me at Coaching M Smith on Twitter right there. Coaching M Smith. Got the guys at Pale City High School going right. Pale City, we just got our football schedule released. We got some teams this season, boy. We got Clay Chalkville. We got to play Oak Mountain. Got to play Pinson. We got some teams on the schedule. So Gentry got to have us getting back into this playoffs, man. Deep run. But we got some teams on this schedule. I saw the schedule firsthand. I'm like, my goodness, we got to rip some wins off here. But these guys are hungry. We got some D1 kids. We working with them. So I'm proud of those guys. But you can follow me right there on X at Coaching M. Smith. You can follow me here on the Bama Standard Network on Mondays at 9 a.m. Bama Vision. I will be flying the plane solo because the pilot Herbo's on vacation and didn't want to take me with him. So tomorrow at 9 a.m., yours truly, I'll be flying the plane, riding in the plane, talking. I'll be the one-man show. So we will do this. So tomorrow 9 a.m., check out Bama Vision. Got a great show for you guys. Get your pop, get your pancake, get your waffle, get your coffee, get your McGriddle, whatever you get. Just park it right here. Monday morning, 9 a.m., Bama Vision. Tuesday, 6 p.m., Bama Standard Network. Catch me right there. Tribal Chief Justin, Marvin Constant, Steve Brown, Gerald Smoke Dixon. We all there having fun, poking fun at each other. Some good stuff right there. And then, of course, right here, Sunday Night Talk'n Bama with my guy, JB and JT. But we also have other shows on the network. Y'all know them. It's running through the ticker here at the bottom of the screen. So be a part of all the shows. Be a part of all the action. Get plugged in to the network that's giving you everything you crave. So if you got that itch, you know, Bama, be a part of this network, man. Be a part of a network. And so, and you got to throw it up. And I'm talking about that towel right there. You see that? WhitwillSports.com. Get that towel today. Thomas Whitaker, Lavelle Wilson. I've known these guys for over 10 plus years. This is an incredible product that starts the winning mentality for Bama Nation. Like, if you don't have this towel, you have to ask yourself, am I really plugged in? Get yourself a towel to ensure yourself I'm plugged in. I'm 10 toes down on this thing known as Alabama athletics, Bama football in particular. But JB, before I crash this thing, go ahead and sign us out.
Hey, man, we're going to be out of here, y'all. JT, for Herb on vacation, for Stephen M. Smith, I'm your boy, JB. Roll Tide, we don't give a piss about none of it.
Woo!